to thank the grace of heaven and the virtues of the masters and mercy of grand predecessors, and transmitters for giving me this opportunity to finish translating and explaining the scripture by a holy teacher from the May New York Dharma class. So we are at the second line is that it's because it's the impermanent changes that cause our sorrows, right? Okay, that's really, there's one word in Hindu, in Sanskrit for that, or Buddha used that. It's called anicca, right? Anicca and dukkha, right? Anicca causes dukkha, right? Okay, anicca just means it's impermanent changes, right? Everything's changing, constantly changing, right? So, and why do people say, oh, why does that cause suffering? It's because, let me ask you, who doesn't get old? Who doesn't get old, right? We all get old, right? So for men, right, it's like, oh man, my back hurts, my knee hurts. So that's suffering, right? Now, this is physical, obviously. This is a physical. There's also emotional too, right? For women, they get wrinkles, then they start worrying. They say, oh, I got to put on more cosmetics. I gotta do whatever cosmetic surgery or whatever to get rid of the wrinkles, right? And sagging skin, right? So that's suffering, right? Facelift, yeah. So okay, that's physical. Then there's emotional too, right? We always think back of all the good times we've had, right? And we want to keep maintaining it, but we know that's not possible, right? So that's why that's also suffering, right? Because there's change, things change. So right, all right. So okay, and then so that's the reality. So therefore, how do we turn that reality, right, that fact of life, right, into something positive? How do we turn it into positive? It's the next line. He says, if we are aware and realize, okay, the truth. That the truth meaning that what? The cup there. I mean, there's the ultimate truth, but we don't have to do that. I mean, it's true. I mean, see, both awareness and realizations imply that you're enlightened. You have to have both. Okay, if you are aware and realize, if you are aware to the highest degree or the ultimate degree, and you realize to the highest level, then that means you are enlightened to the truth. Okay, the truth of what? That one. Okay, now that's the highest level. But let's take it down a few notches. The truth of what? That life is suffering, right? The Four Noble Truths. Anybody remember the Four Noble Truths, right? The life is suffering. That the cause of suffering is because of what? Ignorance leading to what? False views, desires, therefore attachments, and therefore dukkha, right? Suffering, and samsara, and therefore and that there is a way to get rid of this suffering, right? To get rid of the suffering is to in the suffering is to what? Rid our desires, and that's called awareness. Really, that's called awareness. Okay, and then that there is a path to rid those desires or ignorance or etc. And that's the realization. You get it? See, so the Four Noble Truths already combine the last two, third and fourth one is the real awareness and realization. You get it? That's the piece right there. That's the enlightenment. That's enlightenment. Okay, so that's that. But this, on the more in life. So therefore, if we become aware and realize the truth, in this case you could say the Four Noble Truths. I mean, truth of life. Okay, I mean, there's a highest, but we don't need to get there. I mean, it encompasses that too, and that's what gives us hope. You can say that's the way out. That's the way to what? Transcend those sorrows. You get it? Transcend, because there's no more samsara, right? One of the truths is therefore, there's no need for samsara if you attain that, right? If you become aware and realize. Okay, make sense? All right, and then. Okay, that's the end of the 10th. Is that one stanza? I don't know how they do it. But then, okay, and then, okay, so now this is the internal side, right? Because this is the individual, right? Because you become aware and realize, right? It's an individual. It's up to the individual, right? To become aware and realize. and right? And now once you have that awareness and realization, and that's optimism, because that's hope. That's something that's positive, right? Positive. You now have a quote unquote more positive view of life, right? Of life, okay? And then you realize that, oh, I knew it, but then I also have to let others know or help others. So that's the next line, right? 是为众付出带来了希望. That means you're going to have to what? Manifest that awareness and realization of the truth, right? You know, to show it, to do it. You can say to do it. Manifest encompasses to do it. I mean, express and to do. Okay? 行, right? 你知, 你有知, right? 你知, then you 言跟行要合一. That means you also have to follow up on it. Do it. You know, do it. Okay? So that's why if you could do that, you can also give other people hope, other people the way. You show other people the way out, right, of the suffering. Okay? Get it? And to realize the truth. Then the next line is what? 是精进, right? 不懈, right? 得到了成长, right? It means that if you are vigorous, right? Vigorous, right? 精进 means vigorous and diligent. Yeah, 精进. Yeah, vigorous and diligent progress. That's what it really means, okay? I mean, that's the 6 parameters, by the way, right? Okay. I think that's the fourth parameter. Anyway, so if you, okay, 不懈 means persistent. That means, you know, consistent, constant, unfailing. Restless. Yeah, restless, unfailing, ceaseless, okay, all that. Just non-stop, okay? So continuous. You can say continuous, vigilant, vigorous progress. Vigorous progress. Then you can what? Gains maturity. It's an idea gain maturity. It means that you can progress. It means you can grow up. You can also say reach your goal, or you know, okay, all right. That's what it means. Okay. Then the next line 是名利情爱让我们期望 right? 痴妄 狂 Yeah. So okay. And this is just another further explanation, so that it's that what is it that's valuable in life, that's precious in life? What is it that leads us astray, that causes us to have attachments, you know, desires, wrong views, and therefore what? Samsara is what? It's really actually what? Fame, power, fortune, passions, right? Passions. I said self-interest. I mean, self-interest, passions. That cause us insanity. I mean, you could say cause us to go nuts, crazy, to lose our way, to become. I mean, insanity is much, you know, more severe, but that's okay. I mean, but it rhymes. It rhymes with maturity. So that's why I use that word. Okay. So all right. So but it means the same thing. I mean, it just means cause us to go crazy, go nuts. That to lose our way. We lose ourselves. We don't realize the truth. Right? It becomes, you know, that's how it's, and that's the cause. Those are the causes. That's why it says it's the, okay, gives us, it's, okay, that cause our, right? It's the cause of our suffering. Really, it's the cause of our suffering, right? When you go insane, you're suffering, right? Okay, the next line. And it's further, it's just more detail. It's 不贪 and 不妄, right? 不贪不妄, right? 让我们安详. So that means we should not be greedy, right? Neither greedy nor one. Okay, delusion, it could also mean ignorance too, okay? So, yeah, delusion, ignorance, okay? So those are what? 2 of the 3 poisons, right? 2 of the 3 poisons, right? 贪嗔痴, right? Okay? It's part of that, okay? You can group it together. So, by not having greed nor delusion of that previous line, of the fame, self-interest, passions, and all that stuff, it's what leads us to have a calm, serenity. See, it rhymes too with insanity and maturity. So it's nice. So it's I like that stanza. It rhymes, okay? So that's why I say serenity. Okay, same thing. Means we have calmness, we have tranquility, quiescence, we are pure, all that, okay? Become pure, you know. And that's what our Buddha nature is like, right? Okay, so that means our human mind, hearts and minds, if we don't have those things, right? Those desires, those you know, for fame, for passions, etc., then naturally it will come and we'll be close to our Buddha nature. or be very like our Buddha nature. Okay? Then the last line of this stanza is also good too. 是回光返照带来了明亮. Yeah. Okay. In this 明亮, I mean literally, I translate as clarity. I mean, which is also rhymes with the previous three lines. So it makes sense, right? I mean, but actually, you could take it to a higher level meaning. It means become enlightened. Okay, you realized. So it ties up with the first phrase in line 10. Okay, line 10. I mean, it ties. Okay, it kind of like comes full circle. Okay, so that means what we self-reflect. That means we don't seek outward. Remember those previous three lines, right? We don't seek fame. We don't seek self-interest. We don't have passion. We don't seek passion. We don't have greed. We don't have delusions or ignorance. Because those are all external. It's partly external, but that leads to right. Those. So rather, we have to seek within us. That's how enlightenment comes about, guys. It's not from outside, right? It's not from external. Yes, external can potentially lead us to, but you have to have a calm mind. You have to have neither greed nor delusion in order to be able to achieve that. Like Buddha did, right? He meditated under the Bodhi tree. He got rid of fame, self-interest, passions, greed, delusions. And then what? A shooting star, what do you call that? Comet, shooting star, passed by. And he, boom, realized. You get it? So yeah, from external can come, right? But you have to, before you could reach that level, that state, or that threshold, you have to give up all those things, right? Fame, self-interest, passions, greed, desires, all that, okay? So that's why self-reflect, right? It's called self-reflect. It's within us, okay? Basically, it's that hope. Remember that, go up to the first line that, to give us optimism. Why is there optimism? Because it's within us. It's all within us. So it's not fame. It's not power. It's not passions. It's not self-interest. You're not going to find that. That's not going to give you optimism. That's going to drive you nuts. Insanity, right? So, okay. Make sense? So that's okay. So it's a way. He's telling us a way, okay? Then line 16. 是慈悲, yeah, 善良造就了天堂. Yeah. So it's what? It's the what? Compassion, mercy, 善良. Yeah, you say goodness. I mean, it's that it's actually, okay, if you want to go even higher level, I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? It's obviously when it's paradise. If we are in a state of utopia, right? Utopian state, what prevails? Or what's prevalent? What characteristics are prevalent? Obviously, compassion, mercy, goodness, all that stuff. Yeah, joy, right. So actually, right, so what I'm trying to say is that 慈悲善良, you could also, take a little bit higher, even though it's really the four 四无量念, right? 念, the four 慈悲, 慈悲, 喜舍. It's the same thing, okay? So if you're at that state, the four, you guys, right? The four immeasurable minds, yeah. We translate immeasurable minds. If you know, it kind of references that. I mean, it indirectly references that. So if we have that state, if all of us reach that state of four immeasurable minds, you are paradise, because everything is good. It's okay. I mean, okay, all right. So if you guys don't know what four immeasurable minds are, look it up. Okay. I don't have time to give it to you here. Okay. And then line 17. 明镜福光照彻了十方. Why? Wow. When we have reached that state, right, of like the four immeasurable minds, guess what, man? Wow. That Buddha light, that Buddha nature, actually that now it's, yeah, okay, wait. Shines throughout all directions, right? That clear, bright, okay? It means everything's pure. That means if we can, right, reach that state of calm and self-reflect and understand, right, what our Buddha nature is like, and then we follow it, right? We follow it. We act, we think, say, and act accordingly, right? According to that Buddha nature. Then what manifests? It's the four immeasurable minds. That Buddha light will will shine, will cover the whole, all directions, live everywhere. That means it'll encompass everything. That's another way of saying. Okay, all right. So okay, then line 18 is 为红尘原谅来道行. Yeah, so that with this light, now see that's why we use the light. I mean, he used the light. Okay, the 明镜, the 浮光, right? To what? It becomes a guide, right? Like the lighthouse, right? Like a lighthouse in a dark, stormy night, right? It guides the ship safely to a harbor, right? So similarly, in this material world, in this earthly realm, where we have so many things going on, right? People are lost, right? Confused, etc. If we could become like, reach that state, right, where we can manifest according, think, say, and do according to our Buddha nature, we are like a beacon, a shining light to guide what? 红尘原谅. That means all 原谅, that all the, we say original children of the earthly realm, right? Because we are all originally from the same place. It's the only reason why we are sentient beings, or we're children of the earthly realm, or original, is because we're lost. You see, we're lost in this earthly realm. Okay, that's the key. All right, so that's why we have to also act to help others. Okay, so this stanza is about guiding the others. Okay, guiding others. Or 步步踏实的前往. Oh, we will guide them and what? Go forward steadily, step by step. Go forward steadily to what? For enlightenment, basically. That's what it means, okay? All right? To transcend samsara, okay? Maybe that's, put it more on the earthly terms, okay? All right? So that's what it is, okay? All right? And the last line, the last 3 lines is 终究可以回故乡. Then in the end, or eventually, we can return to our what? Native place, or our original home, or our permanent home, or our true home, or whatever you want to call it, okay? It's absolute heaven, basically, okay? Not this material, not of this earthly realm, okay? All right? That's our true native place, or birthplace. You can say it's not really birthplace, or where we originally came from, okay? That's what it means, all right? Then there's a parenthesis. I guess, what is that? Holy teachers doing
I think
what?
at the end of the song, there's like it sings this line.
Oh, okay. Well, he's talking now. His holy teacher talking about God. Okay, motherly God, mother God is waiting with great anxiety because we're all God's children, right? Our Buddha nature came from God, right? So that's why we call him our mother. I mean, there's no gender, okay? But this is human terms. This is in human terms, right? Okay. So we say our mother God is awaiting with great anxiety. What? Thinking night and day of his children, okay, of the children, all right, of us. God is, thinking of us, okay, and he's not forgetting what. And we as children, the second line is we as children, we should not forget, right, that we have to show what? Consideration. We have to express filial piety, right? Not just to our parents, but in this case, this is the spiritual, right? The spiritual mother, spiritual parent is God, and therefore we have to what? Console our God's heart. I mean, God's heart and mind. Sad because God is anxious. God is hoping that all of us can become enlightened to transcend samsara and go back to that last line to say, where's our native place? To go back home to our mother God. So that's why we should not disappoint God, and therefore we should, right, be filial, right? Say, our God's son, we are as sons and daughters of God. We are going to go back. We want to return home. So we console, right, and help others. Obviously, yeah. That's okay. So that's and the melody is Moonlight, which is pretty good because Moonlight in Buddhism has many meanings. Okay, one is moonlight only happens what? During the night, right? Hello, during the night, right? I mean, there's no moonlight during the day, right? It's sunlight, right? Moonlight. And so it's a metaphor for it's guiding people, right? A moon is like a light in the darkness. It's like shining beacon, right? Like a lighthouse, okay? So that's number one. Number two, moonlight also represents wisdom, our Buddha wisdom, okay? Buddha wisdom, all right? So that's some of the metaphors. So it's pretty appropriate, given the context of this song, all right? So pretty good, right? Pretty nice. I mean, it has meaning, right? It has meaning. It has this, okay?